Hello, everybody, and welcome to the off-week activity for the Gear 1 RPG project. This week, what we're going to be doing is adding a new dungeon environment for us to play around in. This is also going to give us access to some new prefabs to play with, as well as some new enemies to work with as well. For this first part, what we need to do is actually get those files into our project. So to do that, you should have received another link in the email with this project download, or I'm sorry, with these videos. That should be the Unity package download. So assuming that you've already clicked that and let that download, that should be now located in your downloads folder. So what we need to do is open up our Unity project and then open up our downloads folder and double click on the off-week activity.unity package. What that's going to do is open the import window for our files here. If we look through this, you'll get a very quick glimpse of what we're going to be getting out of this. We're going to get 4 enemy prefabs for us to play with. And again, you can use these in any scene. You don't have to just keep these in our new scene here. And then we're going to get our environments pack. And then system files is just going to be all the files this stuff needs to run. So what we need to do is just make sure all of these boxes are checked here and then click on the import button. And then that's going to handle importing those files into our project. That's going to take a different amount of time depending on how long or how good of a computer you have. One thing to note before we dive into the rest of this activity is that this will not be a graded activity. That means that there will be no check setup involved, and this is entirely optional. So if you don't have the time this week or you know, whatever life happens. Again, this is not going to be required. This is just some extra stuff for you guys to do during your time off. So now that we have our package imported, what we need to do before we, again, get into actually setting up our game is go to the resources folder, go to the environments folder, and you should now see a new folder here called ruins next to whatever environment you picked in week 1. So if we double click on that, you're going to see the structure is exactly the same as it is for our other environments. We have a prefabs folder, which contains some new decoration prefabs for you guys to play with. As well as a scene folder, which just contains the ruins level, because we will not have a ruins base with this environment. What we need to do is double click on the ruins level and open that up. And if we look in the scene view, we can see here that we have a fully empty world for us to play with. So the neat part about this environment is that we're going to be setting it up entirely from scratch. So you guys will have the opportunity to fully determine how this environment will play. But again, before we get into that, we do need to add this level to our build settings. So with this scene open, you can double check that it says ruins level up at the top. Ruins level at the top of your hierarchy. We need to go to File, Build Settings, and then hit the Add Open Scenes. You should already see 2 here. You should see your castle or cave level, or in your castle or cave base. And then now we are adding the ruins level here. Keep in mind that we will be setting up a dungeon portal in the next step, so we need to make sure we have the names unchanged here. Once you've got that done, you can go ahead and save your scene.